Okay. So you guys have successfully slain the Elder Brain and rescued Jacques' daughter, Isabella. And now we have to sort through the aftermath. So who wants to go first? We're gonna save Elijah for later because Nash is not here.
Can we get Persistence's final moments?
We've been waiting for so long.
We waited for weeks.
We
Yeah.
kind of had the moment where he cried a single tear. Are we having the aftermath of crying the single tear and going brain dead?
I don't think he even cried a single tear. He just looked over at Aerith as
I
just
was
the
there.
tentacles
I
wrapped
saw it.
around and he
That
got his brain eaten.
perfect pearl of innocence.
Hmm.
Couldn't do
Hope
shit. He
for
was
a
just stunned.
future rolling down his cheek, gone.
Sure.
Washed away in the torrent of life.
Yeah. So we'll rewind time a little bit. You're back in the flooding corridor. Persistence is alive, with the tentacles wrapped around his head and neck. Uh, the mind flayer's beaky little mouth, uh, reaching for his skull. Everything's in slow motion. Uh, persistence looks over and spots Aerith down the hall, just too far away to do anything. And what's happening, Lev?
Uh, he was up until a point just struggling, trying to, overcome this stun and, being grappled and tentacled and stuff. And he looks and sees Aerith coming close, realizes she's too late, can't reach him in time, and as just the beak gets closer, it's just he stops fighting and he just inwardly just accepts it. Of, well, this is it. This is as far as I go. Oh well. Uh, and just he has no choice. It has to. He tries to his best to ignore it and just know that this is going to be a temporary thing. He just needs to let it pass through him, and he will be on to the next place he has promised to be.
Better things.
Okay. Um, so you brace yourself, um, and um, do your best to uh, basically distance yourself from your own body and its experiences. Um, and as you feel the mouth uh, make contact and penetrate your skull, there's a bright flash of pain, uh, but and then just everything goes dark. Um, it's very quick, and you just feel yourself basically falling out of your body, and falling down into the darkness. And I guess you just you just wait to land.
Uh, I imagine eventually, as he's falling, the weightlessness becomes a buoyant weightlessness, and then he sort of like panically starts flailing around as the nothingness becomes water around him, and he quickly swims himself to the surface and digs his fingers into the shore of the river. Is it the river Styx in
It
Avernus?
is the river
It is the
Styx,
river
yes.
Styx, and just as all around him these like little blobs of these malformed, lesser souls who have been ensnared by hell are just wallowing and slowly, lugubriously making their way into this cursed existence. He is naked but whole, hale, and healthy. Just his skin still a bright, marble alabaster. Uh, his eyes are fully restored again. He has both, and they're the normal golden eclipse, and he just coughs up the water of the damned as he crawls himself on the shore. And some waiting attendants are there, standing above him with like a towel and a robes, just waiting for the promised Knight of Savona to make good on the contract, as they sort of help himself to his feet and get him sort of dried off and situated.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how far into hell you want to go with this.
I think the first thing he would do is look around for his brother. Uh,
Yeah.
Not sure if he'd be waiting there or if he's too busy being an attendant, and persistence would be brought to him instead.
Um. He's. No, I think he knows you're coming. Like there's enough warning for him to get down there. So you're given your robe and washed off, um, and toweled and then dried off by the attendants, and then make your way up kind of the stone stairs, um, and you get to you see the lines of your fellow damned souls waiting to be processed, but in front of them you see waiting your brother, uh, waiting for you, and he says, "Persistence, it's good to see you again."
Just dropping all decorum, I break into a sprint and just run up to him and just hug him.
He hugs you back. He says,
I've missed you, brother. I missed you so
"I
much.
missed you. I missed you too."
Fuck you for going ahead without me.
I think you. I didn't have much choice. I don't think you did either.
Oh, well, sorry it took so long. Things were unexpectedly successful.
They were. You did really great until you died.
I just sort of draw back and I look at him. It's like, oh, I made them pay dearly for you, brother. We slaughtered their soldiers. I impaled their generals on spikes. I hung their wings from a banner. We burned 2 of their cities to the ground. I made them pay 1,000 times for what they did to us.
I would expect nothing less.
I
But come, there's more work to be done.
can't wait. Just big smile on his face as he just walks arm in arm
Yeah.
just with his brother into whatever life awaits him.
So we could drag him away from this. Be beautiful.
Well, I think we established the persistence that you guys summoned was
Memory.
Just
Aerith's memory / denial.
Yep.
So not actually him.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Aerith wouldn't call him back.
Mhm.
They spent a lot of like off-screen time talking about dedication. Like they spent a lot of time together, and she would respect him in this.
Mhm.
She doesn't have to like it, but she would respect him in this.
I can't believe hell is
Okay.
this wholesome.
It's like all around him, terrible things are happening. Like the souls of the damned are being escorted in and chained, and
Fine comedy.
there's an eternal war going on like a few miles away. But just in the middle of it, these 2, twins who look like one the same person, but one's red with horns, the other is white with golden eyes. Just meet up, and the rest of the
Mhm.
world doesn't matter for a few scant moments.
Adorable.
It's enough to
She's
make Tiamat
dying from
cry.
that.
Yeah, Tiamat is just coughing up a tear.
Yeah, Tiamat's raging against her chains. What are left of them. Hell is shaking. There's a random mushrooms growing up somewhere. You're not sure what that's about.
Neither do I care.
Nope, that's not your problem. Not
Nope,
yet, anyway.
not yet.
Persistence needs to go back in time and interact with the other campaign.
Time cancer.
Okay, so persistence has moved on. Unless there's anything else you'd like to cover for him, he can fade from the limelight
No,
for now.
for now. Yep.
Okay.
Who's next?
Well, I guess. All right, let's see here. Well, I want. What's her name? The necromancer lady. I forget her name
Wow.
all the time.
Maxine?
Maxine, come
Yeah.
here. And who
Uh,
else do we got? We got Morgan.
yeah, Morn Morgan.
We'll all meet up in the Mind Flayer lair after the
Uh-huh.
battle. Maxine, would you like to come work for me?
Um, I mean, I
I
don't
have
think I can
use
go
for
back to the
someone of your talents.
I don't think I can go back to the Necroequestrians. I mean, I've been working with you, right? Like, this wouldn't be.
Oh, in a matter of speaking, how did the looting of the church go? We got anything good?
I mean, yeah, I made a zombie army, didn't you notice?
Oh, okay. Well, that works. Well, what's left of it, bring it down here. I want this whole
The
place
little thing.
gutted and dismantled and hauled away.
Hmm.
Or taking it back to Kaime. Or what was the other city?
Bateau.
Bateau.
Sorry. I forget.
I can do that.
Try to preserve the older brain.
Preserve it.
All that knowledge.
Put it
Or
in.
an immensely
Put him
smart
in a jam
creature.
jar.
Oh, everybody's.
I don't want
Is
to. I
every,
don't want to let all that knowledge go to waste. I have answers I want answered. Same goes for you, Morgan. You have no ties anymore. You're free to go. But I offer you to come work for us still. But this time it
Hang
doesn't
on.
have to be as a slave.
Is
It's not
everybody
nice.
hearing Cell's a robot, or am I a robot now?
It's you. Well, you're
It's just
fine,
you.
but we can hear him fine.
Okay.
Your
Hmm.
hearing has just gone robotic.
My hearing has gone robotic. Yeah. Um. I wonder what's causing this.
Momentary lapse of a reason.
Ignore the
Is it?
man behind the
Is this
curtain.
what's supposed? Is this what was supposed to happen when the counter for identity death hit maximum?
Morgan, you're going fuzzy. Are you alright?
Did Limit Gauge get out safely? Is he safe? I
Is-
worry about him.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll see him again.
There's
Limit
only
gauge
two
saved.
gauges that we hoped died, which is Rising Tide and Countdown to Identity Death. They could stay.
Um. Okay, now I can hear again. So you're offering Morin to join you?
Yeah. I
Um.
can probably even get you a body out of the deal, I hope.
Ooh, having arms again would be nice. Maybe even some legs. Do I get to pick my own legs?
Think so.
They're randomized.
They're randomized. God damn it.
It's a generator. They just pump out different legs.
Yes, but I do think I owe you for saving me. So,
Your services are good enough.
yes, I will come with you.
And Azuli, you did a good job. You're a veteran of a war now.
The war's not over yet.
Well, either way. These teleporters, I want these teleporters and this brain, all this stuff. We're taking it.
Yes.
We
We'll
should
get
have
on
a
it.
good enough workforce. You guys killed that entire town. That is crazy.
Yes, we got plenty of hands. You want it all into Little Noctum?
Yes. Should have room.
Yeah, we got the whole castle. We'll see it done.
Excellent work. Gather up some of these mind flayers. I'm putting them in my bag of holding.
There's plenty of Mind Flayer corpses to go around.
I think since this is in the astral plane, I think it preserves them or something. I don't know.
The bag of holding? I don't think so.
Well, bag of holding is in the astral plane, and in the astral plane there is no time, so I think they just get preserved. I don't know.
I think it's an extra dimensional space, and if
In
you,
the astral plane, I think it's like it says so.
that's where it goes if you put two of them inside of each other.
Oh, either way. Oh well.
Yeah. You could easily gently repose them.
We'll find a way. I guess we'll
Yeah.
put them in some
You've got a
glue.
necromancer. You can gently repose them.
To repose the hell out of these guys. I wanna put their brains in tubes. It might be funny.
That sounds like a good idea. Only good things can come from this.
Yes. Well, I'll see you guys all back in Little Noctum. Gonna have some tea. Found a little place while I was out in the swamp. A little guy sold some tea. It's good stuff.
Okay.
Well, I'm done.
All right.
Done for now.
Yeah, you easily find a teapot and a place to make tea. So Tenellis is having some tea.
I'm gonna supervise them dismantling the mind flayer lair, hauling it out of here.
Okay. You dismantle the teleporters. You dismantle their bodies, and pack them all up. They're moving to your study so you can study them.
Yes. Many plans, many plans.
Handle it.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
Are we headed back to Bateau?
Yes, we are.
I imagine that's your plan. You haven't gone there yet.
I hope so, because this is what my plans involve. I'm at least going to Bateau. We have like a week and a half until like an army shows up, so.
Yeah. Oh, also,
You've got mail.
let me get the inbox. Issue 11. Here we go.
Declares them a BBEG.
Who's Tennessee Dundragon?
I believe that is a UDDC
Well, I guess he
stuff.
has to do with Auronius. Huh?
Oh no, Church
Yeah,
of Ironius. Never mind.
Yeah, it's the head of the
Oh.
Church of Hieronius.
Yeah.
Belligerent benefactor of evil generally.
I'm trying to remember the city of Brass.
It's in hell.
No, it's
Got
in the
it.
plane of
Isn't it?
fire.
Yeah, the elemental plane of fire.
Plane of fire? Okay.
Gotcha.
That makes it funny that it rocks the city.
I remember that we met the Azure briefly. I don't remember sparking a rebellion.
Yeah, no, this isn't you guys.
Yeah. I remember there was a whole thing of I wanted to absorb their elemental fire on Jira and then peace out.
Yeah, and you wisely decided not to.
Yeah.
That's what a 20 wisdom will do for you.
Yeah. Never doing that again. Making a character of 20 wisdom.
A reporter on the scene, Dick Tracy. Rumors of Keelandian influence within the rebellion leadership.
Drinking
So
tea, reading the newspaper. What the
we
fuck's going
are
on?
on the train. I'm trying to remember. Heading back to
We're
Bateau.
on the not on the train.
Yeah,
We're
there
on
is no
the
train here.
There
We
is
ain't
no
stole the
train.
train.
We're
I
on.
think this
We
is
are
back
on
to
the ship.
wagons.
Or the what?
The
Yeah,
ship.
there are boats. You can be on the river.
Well, no, we flew in here.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
they
I guess you
flew
got
in
the
there,
ship.
so we're probably
train.
yeah. They flew in there, so we're probably flying back.
Right. Right.
So are you ordering your guys' army to basically clear the town and then head back? And are you heading back to Bateau immediately, or are you staying
I think
here to oversee operations?
I think a lot of the details rely on Elijah.
Unfortunately.
We're gonna leave Elijah here to oversee,
Okay.
and then
And you're
we're
just gonna
gonna
take a
leave.
couple of days to go back and recuperate?
Yeah.
Probably. I'm Minsk would really have to be looking at what is left of the Dragonborn within the city, because I think they've taken some pretty substantial losses at this point, at least among leadership.
For the Dragonborn? Yeah. I mean both your leaders were killed.
Yeah,
And one of the units was destroyed. You had to basically cannibalize it to refill in the other unit with your
Sergey.
reserves.
yes.
Yeah. Um, and so they like there is an officer who was promoted to leadership, like the highest ranking officer left.
I think at this point it's the non-coms have become comms, and
Yeah,
Conscriptovich has now been made into Sergentovich.
right. It's it's not a great leadership position to be in.
No.
You could probably
Considering,
use, yeah. Go ahead.
uh, I was just gonna for a while. I mean, the Dragonborn were the more significant fighting forces that we had in terms of sheer number, but with all the stuff with Bateau, it's probably left with one effective unit, two.
Yeah, you guys have one unit of Dragonborn currently.
Uh,
Uh, if we look at your mustered units, most of them are undead. That's the greater portion of your forces. And then you have some orcs who came to help you guys. You've got some humans, but most of them are undead.
well,
And
I
we
think.
have the Beeple.
You do have the Beeple.
How could we
Actually,
forget
that's
the
another guy
the
I have to
people?
talk to.
Another guy
Um,
I have to talk to.
yeah, I think Minsk would kind of see what he can do with the remaining Dragonborn. And how long has it been since we have taken Bateau originally?
Let me look at the timeline. Timeline. So you liberated Bateau.
Be a month-ish.
Um,
It feels like almost a year ago.
I mean,
I
yeah,
won't lie.
It's about a week ago.
Yeah, the characters are living slower than we are.
yeah. So you liberated Bateau on the 74th, and it is currently the 95th. So it's been 20 days, so about 3 weeks.
Okay, all right.
And in that time, it has burned down twice. Great leadership.
We don't need no water. Thank you. I try.
Yeah, all right. Well,
May
yeah.
not
So
live in interesting times.
Minsk would probably be reforming the remainder of the Dragonborn and taking some level of checking whatever interest there is among the human population to become Tvarists. Not like to form a new military unit, but he's trying to gauge
Mm-hmm.
just how people are feeling about all of this right now. I mean, he knows that he has a number of the students because the ideologues are always the easiest to recruit, but that's more of smaller number as opposed to useful number.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably what he'd be focused on for right now. Just kind of going on from that and being like, our work is absolutely not done. In fact, we are going to have to do quite a bit over the next couple weeks. So, right back to it. Did we level up, by the way?
You have not leveled up yet, no.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't a very good place to be recruiting new people, considering that you're currently in the process of purging them,
We're purging them? Wait, what?
right? Because it was a town under the control of the Mind Flayers.
I think Cusco meant recruiting amongst Bateau, not amongst.
Amongst Bateau,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. He had no thoughts of recruiting from Mind Flayer Town.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. I think sentiment in the city is pretty like war weary at this point. Like
Expected.
people aren't looking to sign up to fight even more after having been involved
Well,
in two.
Well, then it's he's not looking for fighting units. At this point,
Mhm,
he'd be looking for because I remember with the last fire, he organized all the Red Dragonborn
mhm,
into firefighter units to like help
mhm.
with the burning town because they can handle more of it. So he would probably be trying to leverage that into people joining, uh,
So
kind of
you want
like
to make a.
refurbishment,
Mhm,
at this point, if there is not an official firefighting unit within the city, use the training from the Dragonborn who are taught in this to like help train the humans. But like kind of in that the building hearts and minds of like, hey, Tvarism is cool, join us, and we're
mhm.
gonna work to make a professional firefighting force in the city that has been indeed burned down twice within the last 2 months, so maybe that's helpful.
Yeah, you could certainly organize that when you get back to Bateau.
Okay. But it's more at this point. It's not like the people are so associating it with pure bad things. Just we have
Mhm.
arrived. Bad things have happened, but it's not our fault only? Question mark.
This is never the fault of the ruling class.
Mm, I'm not sure which disembodied voice said that, but I disapprove.
Oh, a ghost. I'll get him.
Uh,
Assistance.
beyond this, I suppose we should be looking for another worthy adventurer to join our retinue of
I like how we
whatever
recapped
we call
the film, but
ourselves.
then we didn't recap the twist.
Hmm? Oh yeah, I guess you didn't.
I
Do you
mean,
want
no
to
one
tell it?
We
knows what's
told them
going to
that
happen
Pizarro
yet.
died, and then yeah.
In character, none of us knows what's happening. We're gonna have to get to Jock.
Yeah, in his conversation with Isabella. So you're on the lookout to recruit a new person for the party.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'd like to see someone with at least 5 limbs.
But yeah,
okay.
that's Minx. Just kind of what he's planning to do.
All right. Well, do we want to do the conversation between Jacques and Isabella, or we got Vagamond? Do you want to do yours? Who wants to go next?
And Isabella probably would have been sleeping the whole ride home, just
Mm-hmm.
conked out.
Yeah. Been through a traumatic experience.
Nope.
I mean, and after the whole thing, Jacques quiet as well the whole trip. Um, Well, when they arrive back to Bateau, the grounds of Castle Cartier, he has people like obviously like Evelyn Godwin, like Godwin there. Evelyn came with them, so he would like have them take her to her room to rest. Um, and he there's like a sort of like private-ish garden that he has. That's like of his and Aurelia's, and he would head there for the moment. Um, Sort of just brushing off anybody else that comes by, or like anybody that tries to inform him, he just move them off to the side, give them a simple like, "I'll deal with that in a moment. I have more important things that I need to take care of." Um, just because of um, the thoughts going through his head and the prayer that he made when he was leaving when they were leaving Villa Planche. So that's where he would be for the time being.
Okay, so Jacques is meditating in the garden. Is anybody gonna come to see him? I guess you're waving away visitors, right?
Uh, Not from like the party or anything. Like anyone of the group that would come see him, he obviously wouldn't like turn them away.
Yeah, Isabella probably wouldn't wake up until like around the middle of the night. So if there's anything that's happening before then.
Looks like Aerith went AFK, so I guess uh, it's probably gonna take like a day or two for them to deliver all of the Mind Flayer bits.
I'm gonna set up my lab.
Mhm.
The Mind Flayer
I guess
lab.
I got 19 intelligence. I can make a lab now.
You can make a lab now.
This is my lab. Arf,
And if
arf.
Aerith was
And
here,
this
I'd
is my
ask her if she
laboratory.
I want to.
If
If Aerith was here, I'd ask her if she wants to help shoot lightning at a lightning rod again. But I wanna. I guess I'm gonna. Is there like coal or anything? I guess I can do like a wood boiler.
Yeah,
We'll make
I
it
think
like a
they've got
crude.
coal.
We'll make like a crude. We'll make like a steam boiler. And I guess I want to make some like little like man mouse wheels where skeletons can get in the wheel and they'll just run in the wheel and generate some electricity.
Oh my god.
imagine if Dr. Frankenstein had access to fossil fuels and giant hamsters.
I
Right, so
mean, skeletons don't get tired for the most part, to my understanding. So I don't want to get
Yeah.
someone's
It's
skeleton with
a
an hamster wheel.
it's alive. It's alive. Chitter chitter.
So yeah, I'm gonna figure out how a battery works. I guess I'm gonna spend all the money that we have accrued
We
on
have
fucking acids in copper.
we have we have we have a flying ship. Like we have all of this
Yeah.
technology. We need batteries. What's a battery? Oh no.
Yeah,
Step one,
and I
acquire
guess
cobalt.
I'm gonna pull out some of these mind flayers. I'm gonna like pull out their brains and I'm gonna put them in tubes. I'm gonna fill them with jelly and put them in the tube. And it's like, ah, yes,
Because this
I'll
can
save
only
this
get
for later.
well. We'll see. Pokes the brain. Come on. do stuff.
And I'll make some I guess mind flare undead. I can like make 3 of them. Make create an undead spell. There's back.
I guess not. They're still dead. Oh, Kuzco, if you haven't figured it out now, I am playing Rack's daughter.
No. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot this thing burned down.
Yep.
I guess while I'm also here, I'll like I guess if I have any acolytes that have spare time, I'll like, hey, part of the city burned down. I guess keep an eye out on recruiting. I guess maybe we can find some destitute people and they can do some lab work.
If you find any undergrads,
If you find any cripples, any poor, any single mother,
bring me you're
Any
tired, you're
humpbacks?
hungry, you're poor, you're
Any
half dead,
humpbacks?
you're crippled, you're lame.
You're fully
the
dead.
house of Twilight's still standing. What's going on over there?
I don't think you would
Nothing
know, but
good.
that's where the Shadows have their base. So,
The what?
the
Oh.
Shadows.
I better not go over there. I might get stabbed.
Yeah.
That's the bad part of town, especially with the burning.
Question, Love.
Mhm.
What is your character's class now?
I am a talent.
That's a fantastic question.
You're a Talon?
I am an MCDM talent.
Because this man does not like D&D Beyond.
I love D&D Beyond. I'm not as much I'm bored with 5e standard classes, so
Okay, my main question is, are you a frontliner?
no. God's no.
He's a telepath. He's
We have
Dr.
one.
Xavier.
We have one frontliner. Me.
Minx? Oh, okay, you. Yeah, right.
No.
I forgot about you.
Minx.
Really?
Just because I
Forgot
don't wanna,
about.
I would love to be able to surprise you guys mid-combat, but basically my role is backline control.
Okay.
So still fulfilling half the role of a tank without being able to soak hits.
All
You
right.
got a CC class.
Yeah, I've also got AoE damage, because fuck all you guys. Just a
I
little
have
bit, just
AoE.
enough. I think you guys came into it later, and I realized it's like, oh, we actually have AoE options now, so it's not a huge priority anymore. So, no, I am instead control.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We're still waiting on Aerith. Aerith is still gone.
I don't sleep. I got extra time.
Yeah.
Hello, Jock. You want some tea?
Yeah, crap. Out of all of the visitors I expected to show first, it wasn't going to be Teneless. Cool.
I felt the urge to come down here.
Why?
I don't know.
Everything that's happened, I thought that you would be sort of reveling in
There's a moment of stillness, and
the
it bothered me.
reinforcements. Of course it does.
How's your daughter? She looks nice.
I'm going to ignore that comment. She is resting.
Oh, she doesn't look nice. Oh, my bad. I want some tea. It's harvested from
What drives you?
noctum leaves.
Teneless.
I don't have a little man inside of me. What are you talking about?
Teneless. What drives you? What
Like I
what
said, I don't have a little
motivates you
man
to
inside of
do?
me.
What?
I'm not controlled by anything. I'll have you know. Sorry, this is awkward. Have some tea.
What I mean is, what motivates you? Why did you choose to help us in the beginning? What was the actual true reason?
I'm gonna slurp my tea. Aerith, Aerith, come back.
Ooh.
Aerith, walk in right now.
Sorry.
Tantalus cannot open up about himself. That is the end of days.
Fun fact, I was inspired by Tantalus. I went and made myself some tea.
Oh my god.
It's tea all the way down.
So yeah, I'm gonna slurp this. Well, oh, Aerith, hello, come to join us. I was just leaving. I just
Honestly, I
wanted to
don't
bring Jock some tea. He looks so lonely, but he's got company. Goodbye.
the worst. What a
Nobody.
menace to society.
Well, nobody else wanted to do their scenes. You were next up, but you weren't here. So what are you doing when you get back to Bateau?
I'm filling dead air here. I was like, hello, goodbye.
I don't know how none of
I gotta
us
tell
really
some
want to do
jokes.
scenes.
I gotta tell some jokes while we wait.
Um, After getting to Bateau, Aerith will oversee a funeral pyre for persistence, and she won't say any rites because he would have fucking hated that. Uh, she knows where he is, and she knows he's happy about it. But she will still bloody and tired from the fight. She will stand at his pyre um, for a lot longer than she probably should. Um, and as she watches, she holds onto the onto his sword. And ooh, forgot the red splotch was the fire that did start.
It's the
He
pyre.
will then. She's kind of avoiding going inside. So if Jock is outside, she might stop to talk to him.
He is in a garden in the castle grounds.
She holds vigil over Persistence's pyre, and she'll sigh, and she'll go inside, and each step gets heavier and heavier as she approaches the door to their room. And she stops right outside, staring at the door. And she'll put her hand on the handle and pull it back, and put her hand on the handle again. And she opens the door. And she looks around and she sees, uh, his half of the bed, which was probably perfectly made, and hers, which was not.
He would have made your side too.
um,
Things.
yeah, she would have seen like the made bed and like his stuff on the desk, and she would quietly shut the door behind her and lean against it. Uh, And this is where she finally lets herself cry. She falls apart. Um, she slides to the floor. She wraps her arms around her knees. And she sobs. And that's what I have for her right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see. Okay, so Minx is out among the people. Elijah is taking care of business still back in Villeplanche. Um, Tenelis is doing his experiments. Jacques is in the garden. Aerith is breaking down in her room. Uh, so what is Isabella doing?
Probably around 3 a.m. or so, at an ungodly late hour, she'd finally wake back up, uh, head swarming with all these different memories or stuff. Look around, see if there's anybody in the room.
I think you are alone for the moment because Jacques is still out in the garden, yes? Or would you
Mhm.
move to wait for your daughter to wake up?
He would have someone not not like monitoring her, but it's just it would be Evelyn or Godwin right
Okay,
outside the door, sort of waiting to
okay.
go get him when she awakes.
Okay, so she'd get up. She'd realize sort of how late it is and not want to wake anybody. She would just levitate herself a few inches above the floor and just float towards the door. Uh, Turn the handle without touching it. Just glide into the hallway.
Make a perception check.
Perception or stealth?
Correct.
Perception
Okay.
for you.
Shouldn't be
Uh,
advantage, but
okay.
I need to change that setting.
Um, so as you float outside your door, you feel a mind above you, and you look up and you see Godwin, your brother, hanging from the ceiling. He's just doing the classic vampire move of just hanging from the ceiling, arms crossed, eyes open, but just kind of staring and asleep, but with his eyes open.
Creepy.
Just kind of look at him, still with her head. If he doesn't make any move to stir anything, she'd just keep on going.
Yeah, you're not making any noise or anything, so
Yep.
I think I'm gonna let you pass unless you want to have him wake up.
Nope.
Okay.
Uh, so she'd make her way, just trying to avoid any people, just beelines straight to just where she feels like she needs to go. There's a lot of thoughts racing in her head that she wants to take care of before she can get back to sleep and do what she wants to do as herself. Uh, so probably at around 3:30 a.m. or so, uh, Arrow would wake up with just Isabella just looming over her, just a creepy girl in the
I
middle of
want,
the night.
I want to imagine that, I want to imagine Eris asleep and she wakes up and Isabella's horizontal hovering
No, it wouldn't be like that. She's not trying to scare her, but she's just like, oh, she's tired. She looks like she has a long night. I'll just sit here and wait until she notices me.
Aerith would not be on the bed.
Okay, so probably the door would open, and if her back's against the door, she'd fall out. But yeah, she'd open the door to Aerith and Persistence's room.
Aerith not sleeping would see the door open and she'd rub her face quickly because she's been
Could you help?
crying for a while. And she goes, "Oh,
Hello, Aerith. How are you?
hello, Isabella. I've had much better days. How are you, darling?"
Mm, Oh, I'm not sure. Still trying to figure that out.
I understand that feeling, though I don't think under the same context. Is there anything I could get for you?
I think he would say that he did, but I don't think he did.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry. The most recent memories I have are from Persistence. I have all of their memories. You see, I was connected at the time, and they don't go away. Uh,
That's horrible. I'm sorry.
That's
it
not
is. It
creepy.
is.
But
It's. I think this is just me from now on, which is fine. I will make do.
Maybe we should harvest our daughter.
But no, I think he was
your
thinking
mouth.
whether you said that you thought you were in love with him, and he
Mm-hmm.
was trying to find you an answer in some time. I think he would have said yes, but I don't think he knew what that really was.
I don't think so either, darling.
No, I think I do. I have the memories of several married couples of various levels of happiness. I think I know what love is. I don't think he felt that, but
That's
I do
alright.
think he trusted you and he respected you and he thought that you are going to do great things if you can survive this. And I'm not sure that's the same thing, but I think he would have considered it so. Does that make you feel better?
She smiles.
Oh, mind Jacques' daughter. She's creepy as sin.
You bear in mind who Aerith hangs out with on a regular basis.
This is a different kind of creepy, though.
Nyx is pretty fucking
I
close.
have all of their memories.
She,
They are one with the collective.
Join us.
she stands and she smiles. And she goes, "You know, not really, but I appreciate the effort. Shall we get you something to eat? Are you hungry?"
I think food would be good. I can remember eating, but I don't think I've done it in a while.
It's alright.
Yes, let's. I think I remember where the kitchen is, and she just makes her way there.
Aerith will
We
follow
present
behind
you the
her.
pickiest eater because she's gonna have 15 million different memories of what their favorite food is.
And I think Aerith cooks for her.
Well, they would find Minsk in the kitchen by that point, considering when he would probably be returning from his work. He'd just be eating a hunk of rye chips, and there's just a mostly empty bottle of vodka as well. You just kind of
Shall
see them like walk in, just be like, "Stop."
Well, one of them at least.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hello,
Both of them
Minskarev.
enter, however they do.
Yeah, she'd look over. Hello, Minskarev.
Eh. Yeah, hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm fulfilling the will of the proletariat.
Hmm, good.
The
I think we had some hummus in the fridge. And the door opens and the hummus just floats out. And some plates and cups and bowls.
Creepy as sin!
Aerith gently uh
Don't do that to the hummus.
uh gently goes, "You're not just eating hummus." And she grabs the hummus from midair and she goes,
Not just eating hummus.
I will make you a meal. And both of you," she looks at Minx too, are going to stop eating rye chips and what I can only imagine is what she's going to do, which is plain hummus,
I
which is
was
frankly the creepiest thing you are going to do.
I was also
Um,
going to use some of the rye chips.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
rye and hummus goes very well together.
I am making everyone a meal. We have not eaten.
The
I've
Dragonborn
eaten.
love to share
I've eaten
everything. It
many
is a
meals.
great strength of their people and their ideology.
Yeah, this is true. This one understands.
I'm gonna flick Minsk on the nose.
Yeah.
Not helping. You're making it
And
worse.
Aerith looks at Isabel and she goes, "Will you? I know Tennellis doesn't eat, but you should go find your father
I
and
think
tell him
he
we're having
is. I
dinner."
think he was resting. He seemed very tired last time I saw him.
Oh, we're all very tired, darling. That's all right. If he
Elijah's
is
not.
resting,
Tennellis
well,
is not.
Elijah's doing stuff.
So what are we making? Onion fritters, pierogi, potatoes, different potatoes.
Oh my goodness.
Spetzel.
Yeah, I could make spetzel and pretzel and bagel.
I think I
Borscht.
know how to make several dozen different recipes if you would like me to cook.
No, I'll cook. I'm a fairly decent cook. I have a dear friend who is a most excellent chef.
Okay.
I think it's less about a particular dish and more that she wants to do something nice for you.
Oh, then I shall let her do so. And just floats over to a chair and sits down.
Oh my god. But yes, if you could see if your father is awake, I would appreciate it. Or you, Minsk. If someone could go get Jacques.
I mean, my father's not here.
That's why I said go find Jacques. If you'd listen, I will flick your snoot again. I swear to God.
Would
I
you like to
swear
meet
on
your father?
Keelandi's name that I will kill myself. I don't know.
I would seriously prefer if you did not do that.
Then go find Jacques.
Uh, she's the one who can float. I'm here to help you with the cooking.
Oh
I
my
can find
Is
gosh.
my father.
Keolandi pro suicide? If you
Yes,
choose
we
to
will,
do it.
baby.
Dang, that got dark.
It is a choice.
It is a choice.
It is executing your free will.
Yep,
Oh,
those
literally.
words exactly.
Yeah.
Frederick walks in and exclaims this.
I will
Is
punch Frederick back to his bones and get out.
how well stocked is this kitchen?
I mean,
It's
persistence would keep it well stocked logistically because he enjoys eating and food. Like,
Oh, that's right. He's a fine diner.
yeah. And he also doesn't give a shit about if the people of the town eat besides the military. So
Yeah, that's
it
true.
would only be unstocked if Minsk and Aerith purposely gave the food away.
Which I'm sure at some point she did and got an earful.
No, he wouldn't have argued. He'd just be like, "Oh, you gave that away. All right, I'll get more." Yeah. Yeah. Isabella would just like, okay, just go float off, wander, and find Jacques wherever he is.
What are we making? What are we making, Minx?
He
This is a very good question. Like I said, we do this a wonderful thing where we fry like a whole onion all at once. It's quite good. But if that's not the case, beets, turnips, potatoes. What?
All right. Hold on. I'm pulling up my copy of the D&D recipe.
make a bloomin' onion.
It's the
You
comrade
find
onion.
the comrade onion. You find Jacques still in the garden. Um, he is in a kneeling position, with his sword sort of like buried in the ground, and he's holding on to the hilt with both hands. His head is resting against his hand. Um, and he is very quiet as you approach. And as you get up to him, you see that from his exhaustion, from the events of what has occurred, he is currently asleep.
Just kind of hover,
in
just
this
look at him,
position.
go like, It's trying to decide whether Aerith wants her to wake Jock up or not. This is kind of stares for a worryingly long time, just looking at him. Father, are you awake? Aerith does not wish us to eat only hummus, so she is making a full dinner.
He stirs. He stirs suddenly. He like
If
jumps
you'd
up
rather
and
sleep,
looks
that's
around.
okay. I know that you have had a long day.
I-
We can have dinner
Isabel,
ourselves and then have breakfast together. Yes,
Isabel, you're awake. You're
I
awake.
have
How
been.
are you feeling?
I am feeling much better.
That's wonderful. That's 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 wonderful
Are
to
you
hear.
hungry?
I. Uh, what time is it?
He sort of looks around. It's like, 'tis not yet morning, but it is very late.
He gets up, grabs his sword, puts it into his sheath. He goes, I guess we'll call it just an early breakfast then.
I don't think Aerith is making breakfast. She started taking out onions in a giant deep fryer.
I did no such thing. Do not put that on me.
Okay. Alright, then. And he sort of stops as he realizes. Because, like, Isabel obviously was levitating, right?
Oh yeah.
He looks and he just goes, How are you able? What is.
This is easier. I haven't walked in months.
Alright. One's a dampier.
Crabs down by the
One's a
bay get
raven.
pretty big, you know.
One's a dampier. One's a were raven. Can levitate. Okay. Alright. Baby steps, one thing at a time. Alright. Is there anything else that I can do for you at this moment?
No, I think you've done enough.
Okay. Well,
Are you going to come with us?
yes, I will. I will be right there.
Okay. I will see you in the kitchen. Just goes off.
Of course. As she floats off, he sort of turns back and he sort of looks up to the early morning sky and takes a breath, sort of collects himself, and then makes his way in.
I float back in the room. Father suggested that we have an early breakfast, and not dinner.
That's perfect. I have a couple recipes here.
This is also excellent because where I'm from, every meal is the same. Beets.
Well, then, between the two of you in my kitchen right now, between these two
I'm sorry, did you
recipes.
say my kitchen? I don't think that's how this works. It's our kitchen, comrade.
Oh my goodness. I
I believe
regret.
that he is correct.
She pours herself the rest of the vodka.
If we're
Ah,
calling,
Opa, I'll get us another bottle. This truly is
if
the Planetariat breakfast.
A like
if we're
hidden
calling
a hidden
anything a
panel in the cabinet
technicality,
opens and Persistence of Special Reserve comes out. Or like where one of the servants just stored liquor, but they were an illithid slave, so she knows where it is.
Ah, the good stuff.
I believe so,
And that's when
but I've never
Jacques
had
walks
it.
in and he goes, and that's when Jacques walks in and goes, "It is not the hurdle I was expecting to see my child know where alcohol could be stored."
I know where many things are, Father.
I don't love this. Anyways, and Aerith gets down to cooking.
And Minx helps.
I still can't choose between these two. These both look really good.
I mean, I'm sorry. Why choose?
That's true. Make both.
Yeah.
As they go to cook and they start like opening cabinets to start reaching for things, the objects just slowly move towards them to make it easier to grab and find everything. While Isabel's just sitting at the table, just kicking her legs.
How old is Isabella?
16, but ooh,
Okay.
I mean, at
She has the
16,
mind of many children.
yes.
at
And many
16 in
adults.
this world, wouldn't she have been drinking something? I feel like people are drinking schnapps by like 13 in these eras. No?
I don't think there's an age, a
We
drinking age, and also we have the ruler of the county here who can dictate the drinking age.
yeah.
But it is her dad, so that's kind of a spoil sport situation.
Yeah.
What is the tradition around here? Is 16 all right?
I mean, they're based off of Catholics, so probably like 8.
All right.
8 with supervision.
Yeah. Well, you know,
That's another
supervision.
thing. Did the
The
distillery
supervision
burn
never
down
goes
in the
away.
fire?
That's true. If they're Catholic.
Yeah.
You roll me a luck check
Me or
So-
Noctum? No.
about the
Is there still a
distillery.
distillery? Oh. I think that's lucky.
Yeah, I think the distillery is safe.
Thank goodness the people won't riot.
Well, Aerith quietly cooks.
And Minx loudly cooks.
She turns around when they're done. They plate everything and they place it around the table for everyone.
And this all looks quite fantastic.
It looks
The
delicious.
recipes.
Thank
Of course. The recipes I learned a long time ago. Oh god, it's weird to think that she's not that much younger than I am. Ugh. Horrible. Anyways.
This world has a habit of aging people very quickly.
you. Mhm.
That is true. As she passes, Jacques, she places a gentle hand on his shoulder for a second, pats it, and then sits down.
Right before you like pat his shoulder, you first place your hand on it, you feel him like stiffen up. And then when you pat, he sort of relaxes slightly.
Well, and I also brought over the hummus and the chips. But it's
I wouldn't put hummus on crab omelets.
I wouldn't either, but
Good.
I love her. And she
She's just sitting there as the food like cuts and serves herself, and every now and then she opens her mouth as a bit just floats into her mouth.
frankly, I'm a little jealous.
I can do it for you too if you'd like. And
Oh no, thank you.
what your knife and fork just kind of start moving on their own, and a piece just raises up to your lips.
Oh, I hate this.
I feel like this is cheating. When I do this, I have to get the flick of the fork just right. We learned this from a very good chef who makes a bit of a show as he cooks. It's very interesting.
I don't think I can do it for you as well. My fine control isn't that good yet.
No, that's quite all right. I wasn't
Okay.
saying it like that. I was more looking for an excuse to do this. Aha! And he's just going to Benihana style try to flick a piece of crab over at Aerith. And
Okay.
I'm going to argue that's under performance. So I'm going to roll that.
So I mean, you launch it at her. Is she prepared for it? Can you make a dexterity saving throw, Aerith?
Can I get athletics?
It's you can either do it to try and get out of the way or catch it. Your choice.
I'm gonna try to catch it.
Okay.
Both. So a saving throw.
Yeah.
Did it roll? Why did it not roll? Oh, because this computer doesn't have. Hold on.
You have to type it out longhand, maybe. Or did it roll on your sheet?
I'm just gonna add it to that extension. Boom. All right, let's try that again. Wow. Okay, I'll just roll it longhand then.
Oh, there it goes.
Uh-oh.
So you're not gonna get it in your mouth.
In the head, in the forehead. Bonk.
Just
Ow,
splat.
shit.
Aerith pauses for a moment, and she like peels the crab off of her face,
Damn
and
it.
I am
then
going
just
to argue it was a nice shot. That one wasn't on me.
It was
Okay,
a
you
very
can
good
all tell
shot.
very clearly that it was definitely Aerith not opening her mouth and moving it into the right spot.
and pauses for a moment, and then she just starts to cackle. Like, like it starts as like tiny giggles, and then turns into like full laughter.
Oh, she likes that. And then another piece of crab just flies from Isabella's plate just straight at you.
Eh, maybe we just keep it to that for now.
Aerith is in fact going to take a small like handful, not handful, but a small bit, and she's just going to huck it at Minsk.
Uh,
Okay.
can I go with athletics or acrobatics, or is this also a deck save?
You could do acrobatics. I feel like you're more expecting it now.
Okay.
Yes, you easily catch it in your mouth.
And he's just gonna happily chomp on it with a big old grin, like, yeah. This is truly how we should feed each other in the Draconitariat.
A piece of crab whizzes at Aerith. 22 on my invisible force attack roll.
Uh-oh.
Splat.
Oh, that doesn't work out well.
I don't feel like crab would do bludgeoning damage. But if it did, it'd be 3d8.
Oh no!
That's a considerable amount of bludgeoning for a piece of crab.
Yeah.
Um, she's going to laugh, and she's going to wait for a lull, and then she's gonna take a piece of her omelet and smear it down Shock's face, sitting right next to her.
Okay. You want to roll an attack roll?
Do I have to roll an attack for that?
I mean, I guess it
mean,
depends
Or
on
I guess
Jacques now.
Jacques,
Yeah?
do you want to?
I mean, Jacques a little
You,
disassociating, so
yeah. Can you make me a dexterity
No,
saving throw if you
can
want
we
to
make
try
it?
and avoid it?
Can we make it an attack roll?
what am I rolling? An
I
unarmed strike.
yeah, just do unarmed strike.
Do I get advantage because he's?
He is surprised,
Yes.
yeah.
Did it
And
roll?
what's your flat-footed AC?
with no armor or anything, unless you're still
Yeah.
in full plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He
that hits
hasn't
him
changed.
with all his armor.
What? So what's your unarmored AC?
I mean, without. Let's see. So the plate makes it an 18.
What's your dex
And
modifier?
then
Just cut it short there.
it's fine. It hits.
Well, you're probably
Like,
still
Yeah.
wearing your armor, aren't you? Like, you haven't changed out.
and
He
I
fell
just
asleep.
said it hits.
Oh, well, if in that case, I'm going to use a reaction for invisible armor. Going to give you +5 AC.
No,
And
don't
then,
ruin my fun,
and
Len.
then I'm
Is this
going
how
to use.
you're like?
And no,
Is
I'm
this how
showing
you're
you my
giving the
abilities.
ghost?
Reaction to give you +5
Just
AC,
bullshit.
and then I'm also going to use my reflective armor thing, where if the triggering attack misses, I can make an attack power roll against a creature if it triggered the reaction.
Why are you no
Stop
fun?
hitting yourself.
This is
Stop
fun.
hitting yourself.
This is
Go away,
okay. Well,
demon
it misses
child.
you.
And it fails.
But you go to smack it in his face, and there's just an invisible wall of force around him, and it reflects back on you, but goes over your shoulder.
She's going to
And
turn and look at
just
Isabella and just
calmly-
shake her head.
And just calmly, as you look at her, Jacques, like, his hands don't have his gauntlets on. He is immediately just gonna, like, swipe a finger of the sauce and just dab it on your nose.
She's gonna lean back and she'll be like, Isabella.
I lived with 3 kids in my household. Food fights, really?
Listen, I think we all need it.
I insist. This began as a food performance.
Oh my goodness.
Ah, yes, the food performance.
What is
These-
a food fight if not a food performance?
There.
Correct.
Listen, just because your daughter protected you does not mean you're safe.
But
we
from
should
my
note,
other, from my,
Isabella,
from the 4th child,
she's not threatening your father with physical harm. She is just threatening his wardrobe with stains.
Oh no, I am
And we
aware.
all know
And I
that
know,
his wardrobe could use a little touch up.
and I know that nothing I can do can protect my father from himself.
Ooh.
There's sips her tea in the corner.
This has just been a session of whiplash.
I don't think that was rather impolite of you, my dear.
Oh, sorry. That's
but
Persistence's opinion.
Well called for.
You are not incorrect. We're not telling you that, but
I don't think
Oof.
he was incorrect. Takes another
Well,
bite
this
of
is a
crab.
pretty good breakfast for many reasons.
Tis delicious.
would anyone like some tea?
I should probably sleep, so no.
I remember being allergic to tea, but I don't think I actually am, so I would enjoy some.
Of course. Jacques, would you like some tea?
Tea would sound lovely.
All right.
A kettle starts floating over to a stove.
She, Aerith walks by and playfully flicks Isabella's nose. You know I do have hands. I can
Is
do it
there-
myself.
This is
Okay.
making me think of something. Is there a magic equivalent to an EpiPen for people with allergies?
Lesser restoration.
Yeah.
Left
Something along those lines.
restoration. Lay on hands cleansing.
A healing potion.
Disintegrate.
Oh, disintegrate. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
I mean,
You could argue prestidigitation could do it.
Yep.
Fair.
Because it has a laundry
Oh.
list of fucking shit it does.
For curing an allergic reaction.
Sure.
Well, it depends on how you define allergic reaction.
If
It
you can
could
clean all the
it
allergens out
could
of someone's,
clean your guts of this stuff
yeah,
and remove it
Hmm.
from you, I guess.
just press
Purify
to
food
digitate
and
your
drink?
colon. Yeah.
I think it would probably be treat it like a poison. Is how I would do it as the DM. Right? It's just something that's only poisonous to you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All I know is it lets me chill, warm, or flavor one cubic foot of non-living material for an hour. Don't even
The
need spices
snozberries
when you're
really
working.
will taste like snozberries.
I think there's probably a druid ship that'd probably be pretty close. But I don't have that.
No, I've got-
Aerith pours everyone tea. Those remaining.
But that I should probably be heading to bed at this point. Also, Aerith, if you would prefer, we could reassign rooms and have you sleep elsewhere if you want.
I'll consider it.
Fair enough. In fact, I am going to be establishing a fire brigade of sorts. And I'm sure if you want the company, they are always looking forward to more cooks in the kitchen.
Delegating the high priestess to a cook in the fire brigade.
I am saying this is if it is something you would like to do on your free time. That is all.
I appreciate it.
It's a
After
step
all,
up from a soup kitchen.
That is true.
I am one to roam the streets and play music at many an odd hour. It has nothing to do with how important one is. It has everything to do with how one rests their spirits and mind.
Oh, 5 people hated that and 3 people liked it.
That's terrible.
Survey says.
Oh, near
As,
Isabella now.
Good thing it's for me.
Oh, that's good.
As Minx it stands, Aerith is just going to wrap her arms around his middle.
Ooh. He is going to wrap her in a big old dragon hug.
Thank you, Minx.
Go to the colony press.
You are most certainly welcome.
Wait, how tall is Minx?
He is 7 feet tall.
Correct.
Oh my gosh, Aerith's 5'2".
Oh, you're hugging his dick.
My small adopted daughter, come here.
He is a tall dragon.
And she's a short lady.
Which is entirely fair enough.
Is Isabella 5'1"? Who's the shortest?
I'd be up to Thur.
I hadn't assigned her a height yet.
I
So
honestly, my initial concept for her, I was just like, this is the concept, and Thur's like, oh, she's 16. I'm like, oh, shit.
But she's got the mind of
you
100 people.
yeah, you went for it anyway.
Yeah.
And she's got the life experience of like a whole town. So,
Oh, yeah. She remembers
and
turning
maybe
40
more.
multiple times.
Yeah.
My midlife crisis. My midlife crisis. My midlife
It's
crisis.
like, that's going to suck when that happens. But yeah, I would imagine she's probably, probably on the short side, like, late bloomer growth. a bit stunted by having her body experimented on for whatever reason. So
Right. Give us a height, lad.
I don't know. Let me Google the chick from Stranger Things. Shit.
What does her soul look like?
Elijah's not here.
Oh yeah. So Elijah got the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah
Yeah.
did get the eye, yeah.
Minx had
Oh.
the slot. I thought he was gonna get it. Fair
She's
enough.
British.
Yes.
Yes.
Millie Bobby Brown is British.
She's
I know.
5'3", so 5'3".
Isn't that just terrible when you have a really favorite actor and then you find out they're secretly English the whole time?
I'm fine
Treacherous
with
bastards.
English people. It's the Canadians that get me.
Oh,
Although I
they're
do,
Happens far
basically
too often.
Americans.
I think
yeah, I can't even.
I think my favorite though is Henry Cavill is from Jersey.
Fair.
He is not from New Jersey.
He is from the Isle of Jersey,
He's from classic Jersey.
not New Jersey,
but when
from
you
the
say
Isle of
from Jer-
Jersey.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I love that. It's like
I'm
Henry
waiting for
Cavill-
an actor to come from that island Napoleon was from.
Corsica.
What?
Whatever that island's called.
Yeah, Corsica.
Yeah.
No,
Corsica.
I think he's thinking of the one he was banished to, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
I
They're all
forget
was
which one.
it-
mini
Which
islands,
one?
mini Napoleons.
Was it Sardinia, I think?
No,
No, he was-
Sardinia was what became Italy.
If a
Um,
character dies, we need to go
somewhere
to
in
an
the
island to
Mediterranean.
recruit them.
there was one they banished him to one
Saint
off
Helena,
of. Yeah.
small island in the middle of the Atlantic.
Yes.
To the Battle of Saint Helena, exile there. Elba.
Yeah.
Idris Elba himself.
Yeah, Elba and Saint Helena.
The Isle of
Welcome,
Elba.
Idris Elba,
Napoleon.
also
I
British.
shall be your
Wow.
guardian and keeper. I am your warden now.
He really took that
This is-
Roland.
This is what I had to do after they wouldn't let me be the next James Bond.
This is what I had to do after they cast me as Roland.
Hey, the check cleared.
Damn.
Immortal
like-
Sphinx Idris Elba on the island.
It's like
weird as they
Napoleon.
moved him into
It's like when
the
they
Dark
asked
Tower.
Michael Caine, it's like, hey, Michael Caine, how did you enjoy Jaws 3? And he's like, I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the house it built, and it's quite nice.
Yep.
I mean, sometimes a job's a job.
Yep.
And sometimes it's the Muppets Christmas Carol, and he just gives everything into it.
That was
I mean-
definitely Bryan Cranston in Godzilla, where he's like fucking killing it, being Bryan Cranston, and he dies like 30 minutes in.
He was there for a
God.
good time, not a long time.
Truly.
Very true.
I can't believe the best part of that movie was the human that died right away, and then he was sitting there the rest of the movie waiting for Godzilla to finally show up, besides just a foot and a TV screen.
He lasted
Let
less
them fight.
long than a pizza on a roof.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yes, right. Sorry. This
So
brings us back
Anyways,
to-
hard.
Isabella's 5'3".
These were in
Okay.
Isabella's intrusive
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
So hard.
Our tangents are now Isabella's thoughts.
Yep.
Yeah. So Minx wraps her up in a big old hug, including his tail.
That's unfair.
And then he lets her go and just like, as always, if you need any help with spiritual or morale or any concerns, I will be around.
I appreciate it. Just calling you friend is enough for me.
How about the comrade?
Fine, comrade. And she smiles and she starts cleaning up the dishes.
The dishes are already cleaning themselves.
She sighs internally. Isabella, have you slept long enough, or would you like a moment with your father?
I'm good. I slept for long enough, and I was asleep for a long time before that. The rest of the body just needs time to remember how to move. That's tiring.
Fair.
Like, you notice the whole time that you've seen her, she has not really moved her arms or legs. And she does look a bit atrophied.
Ugh.
Poor girl's got ASL.
Yeah.
Shall I
The ice bucket challenge.
shall I leave you two alone?
If you want to.
Her eyes are locked on Jacques.
Oh,
He's been
that was a
staring into his teacup.
semi-rhetorical question. I'm sorry.
Huh? What is Jacques doing?
He's been staring into his teacup this entire time. He he doesn't. He looks up and he states, "I'm sure that there are a few more important things that one would like to do than to simply just have conversations so early in the morning. Um, we can talk. We can talk later when our thoughts are a little bit more, well, a little less distracted." And he's saying that more as like a nod to himself. Um, but he takes the teacup and he holds it up. He just goes, "Cheers."
Cheers.
Cheers. Now, I don't mean to sound motherly, but you should probably get some rest, Jacques. It's been a long day.
It has long, many days.
But a long, yeah, I guess. It's been a long war, and it'll be a longer war still.
And
Well, there are other things that I should probably be doing.
You should also get some sleep.
I,
You've had a longer day than most as well.
she smiles. She goes, that is true, but unfortunately, dear one, I am afraid.
Of?
Dream to sleep.
Oh, I haven't done that in a while.
I do not know whether to count you lucky or feel bad for you on that front.
You don't need to do either if you don't want to.
Well, darling, you're one of us now, and you'll learn that I care
I
far
already
too
know everything
much.
about you.
Horrifying. Um, but
Persistence would want you to sleep if that's a convincing argument.
even Jacques sort of flinches when he hears that name. He is
Sort of looks around at the two of you, just flinching. It's like, oh, too soon?
Aerith sort of pulls back into herself and leans against the counter, and she goes, "No, darling, it's all right."
I don't think that's true, but okay. Sorry,
No, don't apologize. It's not your fault.
it's not. Just kind of looks at you and is like, well, I think I'm going to start my physical therapy now. Just if you two should both get some sleep. You had a long day. I will see you later.
All right, darling.
Just floats back off to her room.
I would like to state for the record, Jock, that I do not like the fact that my dead lover's feelings and thoughts and memories are in your 16-year-old child.
Agreed.
Oh god, she's seen more of me than any 16-year-old should.
I guess it's best not to dwell on that.
As I get back to my room, is Godwin still sleeping on the ceiling?
He is, yeah.
I'd stop underneath and was like, Godwin, brother.
Hmm? Oh,
Acting.
Bella,
Down here.
you're awake.
Yeah, I am.
Are you okay? How are you
I'm
feeling?
good. Hey, Godwin,
Yes?
do you remember when I was 7 and you burned one of my dolls?
He
No.
kind of kicks his feet a little bit, looks up at
Or down.
his he's looking
Looks
down at
up at
his
the
feet,
floor.
but up for you. He's like, yeah, why do you need to bring that up
I do
now?
need a. Let's see, what kind of saving throw is this?
Oh my god, are you gonna
Revenge.
on the ceiling?
Fireball.
What the name of supernatural is this?
So DC 17, and I gain 1 strain, so that's fine on me, I believe.
Get that little nosebleed. Everyone loves it.
So yeah, DC
11.
17. Where is the save? I still need. Oh, strength save.
Okay. Strength save.
Okay, so he just feels a force try to like start pinning him to the ceiling.
It's like, oh, what's going on?
Hmm, you've gotten stronger too. That's
Yeah,
disappointing.
you're not surprised I'm on the
Oh
ceiling?
my god.
I know, but I just didn't think it would have that much of an impact.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay.
Well, you're obviously feeling a lot better.
In some ways, yes. In other ways, no.
Hmm. Well, regardless, it's good to see you.
Hmm.
I'm glad you're safe.
Thank you. Good night. Or
Good night.
good morning.
Good.
I go into the room, shut the door, and I start just doing some light physical therapy on my body that's been in like a brine tank for the past couple months.
Yeah.
After
You just like
Isabella
psychically vibrating yourself.
No, I'm dropping my hovering and I'm just like going through like Persistence knew how to do light exercises and stuff.
I know. I'm just talking about when you're at that atrophy. They do like
This is
vibration
the way
therapy
that
and
Lev
stuff.
is like, I'm still gonna be able to play as Persistence, y'all. Watch.
Here's how
just gonna be
Persistence can still
creepier.
live.
It's like Persistence's child that we never wanted.
It's just
It was
creepier.
so here's the thing is I didn't initially think that was going to be it. I wanted to play like because the initial pitch was like I want to play Jacques' daughter. Okay, good. She's going to have psychic powers. I didn't like the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer because I didn't want her to be charisma based because I wanted to be creepy. And then MCDM came out with the talent, and I'm like, oh, awesome. And then as I was thinking about that, I messaged Star, and I'm like, hey, would she have all the people in the hive mind, including Persistence? And Star was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. She would. And I'm like, all right, that's going to be weird.
No,
We'll
I
see.
hate
We'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
because part of the mind flayers
Hey,
eating your brain is they get your memories.
we
Yeah.
bring
So
you back to the thanks. I hate it.
Yeah.
We're back to that.
So,
as as Isabella leaves and then does her hey guess what sibling revenge against uh, Godwin. Um, there's obviously like an awkward silence after the comment that after the little conversation, small like back and forth Aerith and Jacques have. Jacques looks down in the tea as he pours another cup. States that Aerith, I'm sorry. Uh, it's my fault. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your
I was
fault.
selfish, and look what it cost.
I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I know on the train that you had said that I gave everybody hope or something. That even Persistence had said that I was this figurehead that the rebellion had gotten behind. That with our victories and victories, it built up this hope that maybe this wasn't a suicide mission. I don't think I have any hope left in me after all this. I don't I don't know how to feel or what really to think.
She comes and she sits down, cradling her cup of tea. And she looks at
My
him and she,
mind has been racking with ideas or thoughts or plans of how I can be better, how I can do better and make everybody trust me again. But I can't even begin to trust myself. I don't. I think that no matter what, that redemption is just beyond me. And some of Persistence's last words to me sort of echo now. That hell is too good for me. Sorry that I got you roped into this. I'm sorry that that so much hurt has happened and so much pain has occurred.
well, on that front,
I don't.
that's squarely on my own shoulders. I chose to come with you. Anton could have sent Nyx or Jacob or anyone else, but I volunteered to go. I chose to come, and I chose to involve Fern. I, I chose to care about those orcs, and I chose to give my heart to a heart that could never be mine. I chose those things. Some out of foolish belief, and some out of the knowledge that everything. That there's a reason that we are here. It is not your fault that persistence ran ahead. It was his choice. It's not your fault that even though with an incredibly keen mind, he was no match to the stunning ability of the mind flayers. That's not your fault. Now, were some of the choices you made led us there? Yes. But those choices have passed. You've already made them. Can't take it back. All we can do. And she sort of stiffens and, like, raises her shoulders and she steps into that role of high priestess for a moment. She goes, all we can do is move forward. Now, unfortunately, we do have the making their sacrifices in vain weight. And as much as I would like, she stumbles for a moment, to fall apart and hide in that room. And cry over the foolish mistake my heart made. We cannot. And I know I said I don't know if I can do this, and I don't know. But I do know, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it as many times as you need to hear it, or I need to hear it. Those people need us. Did you see their faces when we came into Bateau? They're weary. Shock. And if we fall apart, that weariness is going to turn into hopelessness. And I cannot allow that. They have worked too hard. We have worked too hard. Persistence fucking died for this. And I do not regret any choice I made with him. That is not who I am. He did not regret, I'm sure. We can ask Isabella, but he did not regret any of the choices he made. He did not regret meeting his end. He got to see his brother again. And that, to me, is worth it. He's happier. But grief has never been for the dead. Unfortunately, grief is for those still living. But what we do with that grief, that is what makes us us. That is what defines being alive. Now, we can lay down and die like dogs when the army comes. Or we can fight. Maybe make it our own last stands. How glorious, I guess, if that is your thing. But we don't really have a choice. The choice is to run or to stay here, and I do not wish to run. I am sentimental and foolish and too soft, but I am no coward. And I will not stop being a coward today. Tired. And I hurt. And I honestly do not know how long Anton will keep me on this mission. For the events of the past couple weeks, I am a little more than compromised. And I love the man, but Anton has never been good with emotions and dealing with those he sees as compromised. I would, in fact, oh, I don't want to concern you, but I would, in fact, worry a little about. You should write to him, is what I'm saying. I have been the only one checking in, and it is really grating to him. I would not write to Regina. She might skin you alive. But I do not know what his plans are for me, but I will be here as long as I can. And I will do everything in my power to protect the people here, to protect the kids, and to prove that rutting bastard wrong. Persistence never really believed that we could make it, that we could do it, and fuck that dude, frankly. She smiles.
Pours a little bit more vodka in her teacup, not into his. But he lifts the teacup up. He lifts his teacup up. He just goes, well then, to us, and to hope, may it carry us forward, and to love, that light that never goes out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now you have to talk to your daughter about this telling me Persistence's thoughts. It's very upsetting.
I am grappling with that information now. Um, Along with the fact that now I have to fully accept that my three children are so wildly different from when I left
Low-key
them when I
Eldritch
went to
Horrors?
Azarius. I wasn't going to say Eldritch Horrors.
That's alright, I'll do it for you.
But I was going to say rather unique in their abilities now. All four of them. Vampire is psychic lesson.
A corrupt
All four of
lesbian.
them.
Correct yourself.
Oh, I thought the jock was fine with that part. Okay.
It is now canon that
my
lesbianism
house?
is part of the Eldritch Horror
It's like
umbrella.
there's
Oh,
Count
we're from the
Chocula, there's
island of
Blueberries,
Lesbos?
and then there's I don't know, Frida Kahlo's. I don't know.
I was gonna say the joke that only you and I might get, Harrow the Knight.
Yeah, but that's
My
not a
daughter,
cereal.
she's bought an ape.
It is now.
Giddios. There we go.
Giddy.
Uh, he states, he looks at her, he says, if the situation comes where you are called away, obviously I won't argue that. I will write to Anton, but I will state this calmly for you. No matter what the future might hold, Aerith, I consider you a part of my family. You are always welcome here.
And are
As
you?
long as you do not aid in shooting any more of my children.
Listen, I did not aid in it. I was actively trying to stop him. I would like for the record. I was just there when it happened.
All right. All right. But now, please, get some rest. We both need it. It will be difficult, yes, but it is necessary. I'm sure we can somebody whip up something to make slumber a little more easier. And as Ming said, you wish to not, if you wish to change rooms, obviously arrangements can be made.
I think, at least for tonight, that I should sleep in there. It's going to be hard, and I'm going to hate it. But it still smells like him.
Ingy. Enjoyed garlic too much.
Shut up.
I still smell his breath. I know.
So disgusting.
It's about the one person in the party would actually probably smell good. It's like-
How
Still
dare
smells of
you?
his perfumes.
I always smell like sea salt and patchouli.
okay, that's good, but you also like I'm pretty sure the persistence probably had the well maybe Minx too, but you wore yourself out too many nights for us to say that your hygiene is tip top. You've been suffering. Persistence is
I
like,
have
the
been.
town is on fire, people are dying. I really need to groom myself.
A shower is in order.
That dirt under my nail. Oh
Yes,
dear.
yes, I know that you're currently bleeding out. I'll be out in 5 minutes. Peasants.
Should have thought of that before they became peasants.
I mean, should have thought of that before they didn't rebel against their empire before we got here.
Oh,
But but with that, he gets up, um, just states, I know that you carry a lot of ensuring people's emotional health on your shoulders. I am willing to carry that burden for you for the moment while you have your time to grieve. If you ever need to talk to me, I'm always here. He heads out to his chambers to rest.
she smiles after him. And she does go and shower because the ghost of persistence is correct. Uh,
Dank breath.
He reeks! Good God, it's awful!
Every time that guy walked in, smelled like sulfur.
and she's going to slip on probably one of his shirts. She's going to climb into his half of the bed.
But
And
the
she's going to
depths of
fall asleep.
hell. On the depths of
Feels
hell,
slightly
persistence gonna
greasy.
say, I just made that bed.
There's the scent of brimstone and lavender.
Oh, that goes really well with sea salt and patchouli.
Okay, so everybody gets some rest. Um, we fast forward a little bit to the bright light of morning.
4 hours later.
4 hours later, everybody's had a chance to rest, a chance to get cleaned up. as is their wont. And people are starting to gather, and I assume Castle Cartier has like, have we seen like a war room type?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it has
yeah,
like a war room.
yeah. So you guys are gathering in the war room because you need to discuss your next move. What are you going to do next? So this is also kind of like out of character, so I know kind of what you're thinking, and also to offer a potential plot hook. So, you guys are all discussing possibilities, um, and your various like Godwin is obviously here as well to help, and your various commanders. You're all in a big meeting. When you get a whiff of brimstone as a small portal opens up on the table, and a familiar imp comes out. Um,
Well, if it
and
is, well,
so he looks around and he says, he sees Aerith and says, "Oh, hello there.
Well,
I'm
hello.
here. So I'm here to discuss the termination of our contract."
Yes, I produced the killed in action report as per subsection B, category 5 of the con. Pulled out a letter that Isabella wrote
it,
this morning, like detailing what happened.
He takes it and he says, "Thank you. Let's see. Yes, yes, this all seems to be in order. Yes, it's almost as if Persistence filled it out himself.
Yes.
Yes, very good.
you
Uh, now, uh, there we have a couple of options here with regards to Persistence's personal property. Um, I see that you have uh, taken possession of it, but as it is the property of Hell, it will need to be returned. Uh, or I do have an alternative deal that I'm authorized to offer to you if you are interested.
And what would that be?
It would be a simple retrieval mission. You are uniquely positioned to perform a service to us. You just need to get us a book. And in return, we will uh, consider his property yours. You can keep it, including that eye, which I notice is missing. Uh, and also, we would be able to provide you with reinforcements.
damn. Wait, is that eye considered hell property? That was given by the Kasani, wasn't it?
No, I was given by Hell. Kasani paid
Yeah,
for it.
Damn
the Kasani paid for him to be upgraded, but it is still the property of Hell.
Where
it.
would we find this book?
Well, you've got a portal to the elemental plane of fire right over yonder.
Shocker.
Eh, do books survive in the plane of fire?
Oh, this one does.
And
Hmm.
where in the plane of fire, pray
Uh,
tell, is this
Does
it's in
book?
this
a
have
place.
to do with the uprising against the Sultanate?
Oh, no, no, not directly at least.
Joy.
How indirectly is this related?
Oh, well, I mean, he was involved in some of that, but that we're not interested in him for that. We just want the book.
That leads me to my my previous question. Where on the plane of fire is this book?
It's in a fortress called Brimstone Hold. It should be relatively close after you go through the portal in the Tower of Brands.
Sounds
I bel
exciting.
Persistence had some contact on your behalf with the current possessor of the book. Uh, you might be familiar with Prince Niran.
Are
Uh,
we familiar with Prince Durin?
Yeah, so you
that was
remember
the guy
the
I
Tower of Brands?
strong
Yeah.
armed. Yeah.
Is that the prince that keeps on spending those emails asking for money?
Oh yeah, he's real bad about that. We get them all the time. We've actually completely blocked all of his emails except for a special server. Uh,
But he
but
keeps on saying he's my
Uh-oh,
cousin, but I have no
not a
recollection
pri-
of Prince
not a
Niren at all.
private, not a private email server. Oh no.
yeah. Where is it? Here we go. We can move you to the Montauban map. So the Tower of Brands, remember,
Yep.
is an outpost for the Ifrit, controlled by Prince Niren, who was previously trading goods with the Alvarez in return for slaves, specifically Red
The
Dragonborn from the
slave dude.
UDBC.
Yeah.
Um,
And
Did we go to that
we
tower? Isn't that where
we
we
didn't
got
go to
the
the
AI
tower.
thing?
no,
We freed the slaves and we sent a letter to the Tower of Brands just saying, "Hey, the Alvarez Empire is, in violation of international accords of like Savona and the Gold Pack Company, etc., etc. You retaliate and you will be, face severe consequences. So, fuck off about your slaves, basically."
right. So you guys have kind of like peripherally interacted with him, but he's
Yes.
evidently in possession of some item that Hell is interested in.
What is the tome?
Will you accept the contract?
Look over at Aerith.
I look over at Jacques.
You mentioned something about reinforcements, da?
Yes.
We'll take all the reinforcements we could use at the moment.
Besides, it sounds like I need to bring an enlightened philosophy to this plane of fire.
Do
Excellent.
we ourselves have to go, or can we send others?
I mean, you could try sending others, but I don't think that they would succeed.
The Prince controls very powerful guards. While I believe we would be more than sufficient in this task, sending a group of less powerful individuals would likely result in failure.
That's fair.
In addition, there are probably many slaves in his service who, if we freed, would be added to our cause in addition to whatever hell offers.
And we all know I'm a sucker for freeing slaves.
Yes, it was something I considered when making that addition. Many of them are also Red Dragonborn, I say as I look over to Minsk.
We
What
shall
is the book, though?
endeavor.
At the moment, our forces are a little bit thin now after the dealing with this hive mind. So I'll look to Dagmog and I'll just go, fine, we will retrieve you your book
Excellent,
for
excellent.
aid against the Empire.
Consider the contract signed. So you are now eligible to become privy to the details. The book that you need to retrieve is just a little tome. You might have heard of it. The Book of Vile Darkness.
Yeah.
Don't love this.
I didn't sign that, by the way.
It's a verbal contract.
Very enforceable.
I
Legally
tend to
binding.
verbally agree.
Your leader agreed on your behalf. He's bound even if you're not.
Well, Jock, good luck.
I will drag you through that portal by your ear,
Fine.
Tennis.
You'll have to find it
How,
first.
if I may, if
Gross.
I may ask in a form of inquiry, how did that book end up where it is?
Ah, well, we heard there are contacts that he came into possession of it via an exchange. He bought it essentially.
The previous owners were willing to sell it.
It seems so. Whatever they wanted, it was just as valuable,
Something that the
or at least
prince
to
said.
them.
I find that hard to believe. Are we sure this isn't a fake?
Uh, our source is very reliable. You can ask him when you meet him.
I will
It'd be
remind
better
you
if it was
that
the fake one.
our agreement was to retrieve the book within their possession, not any particular title, since you were not willing to divulge it. So if the book that we do acquire that is in their possession is not the real article, you are still bound to uphold your end of the agreement.
Oh, yes, we
Good.
understand that.
Good.
It's like persistence never left.
There are some things that are persistence. There are some things that are just Lev. It's hard to.
Lev being one of the 400 people inside of her brain.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I think if we find this book, I think we'll have to keep it in possession of Minx, because he's the only one we can trust to contain this artifact. Because otherwise, Jock will read it, and he'll become an insane lunatic.
The trick
That's a
is to
little
start
hurtful.
off being a little crazy.
Hmm. Uh, how? So Tower of Brands, we can fly there pretty quickly. How long until the Saint? Like, we can't make offensive moves against. Well, we actually didn't lose much of our military, so we could make an offensive move against Villicus.
You could theoretically.
The ish.
Theoretically.
We could go attack Villicus, but then it has the strength of the Saint.
Yeah. And Isabella is less willing to do a suicide thing than Persistence is. So
Yeah.
probably it's like we can probably take care of this side mission quickly, gain the additional forces that Hell should be able to teleport in for reinforcements, and then meet the army of the Saint as it comes towards Bateau.
That sounds all right to me.
We wouldn't fight them at Bateau.
That's up to you. This would be a stronger defensive position, but I don't think you want to risk what the
Agreed.
Saint will do to the city. Also, if we do wait for them in Bateau, they could easily destroy Kaime and any resources we have there. So it's up to you. We could meet them in the field as well. Without knowing their relative strength, I could not tell you which choice is more effective.
Nobody in that hive mind knew any useful information? Our luck.
Not of the current forces that are being driven to Villicus. I was disconnected from the hive mind, so I cannot get current updates.
If only they could have devoured a pencil pusher.
Well, we can hopefully rely on Elijah on that. He should be returning eventually. And he's very quick and very quiet. Hopefully he can get a head count.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right. So then
Well,
we
sounds
can.
like our souls are sold. When are we leaving to go getting this little book?
There is no time like the present. Or should we wait for Elijah?
Let us. Let us take the day. We reach out to Elijah. We get him back here. Then we discuss with the other leaders here of their forces of the plan moving forward and allow them to prepare any defenses we may need for the battle to come while we are away to take full potential of our time spent.
Sounds like a good plan.
There is someone here, Jacques, that you should probably be made aware of. She's gonna lean back because she knows him. She'd be like, Nix, are you here?
He pokes his head out of the shadows from behind a pillar. Gives a little wave.
Um, oh shit.
Yeah, I feel like I should have told
Alright.
you. He's been here for a little while. She signs to Nix. She's going to be like, are you willing to fight?
He gives you a thumbs up and nod.
What are the chances that you brought reinforcements, or is it just you?
He kind of shrugs and turns out his pockets, and they're empty.
Dear sweet weirdo. All right. Do you think you could write down and tell him of the situation? Well, you're writing to Anton as it is. Never mind.
He nods.
But you are in fact willing to help.
He nods again.
She turns to Jacques and she goes, "He has been here for a couple days now. You know Nix. He is a quick learner. We can also rely on him." She says, turning to the rest of the room. "We can also rely on him for any military expertise. Though, do any of you know how to sign? You might need an
Arif signs
interpreter."
yes.
Who?
Or not
Who?
Arif, Isabella signs yes.
Isabella.
Me?
No.
That's not very helpful since
Oh,
you're
yeah,
going
I
with
do.
us.
I can sign in Draconic.
Next to you know Draconic.
Yeah, he'll nod.
Perfect. Well, that
Thanks,
doesn't really
we'll
help
sign at
us.
I want to say that like the Kasani have a universal sign language that like is a standard for like most of the places, but the
Well-
UDDC would have their completely different own. And
Yeah,
would
I
not
was
Yeah.
gonna
use the
say that's.
Kasani.
It would predate them. It'd be like a Grozny era thing that they're just like, good enough.
She does look guiltily back at Chuck. She's like, "I am truly sorry I didn't tell you. Nix asked me not to. I was told not to. But this is more important."
It's fine. It's fine. Any other surprises? Please, while the iron is hot.
Who else was in that room?
Hmm?
I honestly, I thought that it was Jock's room and that he was already aware.
We were in Jacques'
That's the
room.
running jet.
I mean, Onyx
Find
and
it
Elijah
weird
were in
room
there.
Yeah.
No, it was Jacques' room, but he was asleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I should
Yeah.
warn you that you should probably have better security in your room. We had a whole meeting and you were just like asleep. Like right there. It was a little weird for me, but
And in your war room, probably.
that's true.
This is a grizzled man that you don't recognize says this.
Who is this?
What the fuck?
Wear name tags for goodness sakes. Can't keep people apart.
I'm so sorry. Who are you?
Oh, my apologies. I haven't introduced myself yet. Niberius Gaul, Saint of Awe.
God, I hate him.
Is he like an Alvarez guy? Are we supposed to be kidding?
He
Oh,
is
you get
absolutely
that
an
joke
Alvarez
now.
Like, does Jacques recognize him?
Yeah. I mean, he would be in stained glass windows in all your churches.
Yeah, as soon as he sees him,
That's
Jacques
funny that
draws.
this guy just walked in here. What did I miss something?
Oh
Holy shit,
Just
he's
kind
no!
of casually sitting there.
Oh, it is a
Oh,
pleasure to meet you,
no!
the Saint of All.
God damn, you look AI
Please.
generated almost.
Have yourself a glass of tea.
Oh, thank you. How kind.
Of course. Now, and the room starts smelling distinctly of ozone. Now, please, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm just here to see what you're all up to. You know,
Well,
rebellions are so rare nowadays.
Have you come to negotiate a ceasefire or something?
I prefer
According to a lot
revolution.
of the news, according to a lot of the news that's circulated, they don't seem that uncommon at the moment.
Hmm? A
Neither do
ceasefire?
breaching international treaties.
I assure you, everything on our side is going according to plan.
So the wings that we have pinioned to our wall, that's according to plan.
It's within tolerance.
Quick,
Hmm.
Isabel is
I've
gonna try and like shared thoughts, just see if he's actually there or an illusion.
Is that what does that let you do?
Uh, let's see. Did I fill this one out? Yes, I did.
Choose a creature.
It's really just send a message, and she would
Okay,
just
so
say,
it's
"It's like,
message.
are you really here?
He messages back, "Oh yes."
Interesting. I was made to kill you."
I take it
spooky.
that you didn't wish to get an update about us from Formir Blackwood.
Oh, I spoke to him on the way over. You know, to get the lay of the land. The army travels so slowly.
It's very understandable. Well, I'm glad you could join us. Do you have a few pointers? Hmm.
Well, you seem to be making the best of a bad situation.
Ah, we are pretty good at that.
Are you aware of this book of vile darkness? Seems to be a
Shut
problem,
up.
you know.
Oh,
I
Yes,
don't
you
know
seem
him.
pretty committed to that course of action now, though.
Oh
Yeah, see,
well.
they are. They signed a contract and everything.
It's very
Are you
rare
here to
that.
offer a double deal? Do you want the book of vile darkness, or do you just want to destroy it or something?
Oh no, we're not interested in trinkets like that.
Were you here to offer us something? Threaten? Cajole?
I'm just here as an observer. You know, the army will be here soon, and you'll all be crushed. But in the meantime, you could provide some source of entertainment.
Hmm. We are. She looks at Minx and smiles. Nothing if not entertaining.
Good. I look forward to it then.
Well, we should get some food for our guest here then.
Of course.
Do they eat?
Very polite. I can if
Well, I
you
mean, you
wish.
are in our home, and that is the only polite thing to do out of an impolite situation.
Yes, I do. I would apologize, but this whole castle and everything really does belong to the Empress, so it's
Hey,
not
believe you
really
mean it
breaking and entering.
belongs to the people.
There, we're going to have to disagree, my friend.
It belongs to whoever has the strength of arms to hold it in their possession.
Hmm. Now there's a nuanced take.
Thank
And
you.
currently, minus your magnanimous self, is us.
Yes, I could take it if I wanted to.
I'm sure you could.
It'd be so much work.
Hmm. So, are you a gambling man? Or saint?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That's unfortunate. You see, I like a good gamble.
Yeah?
I do. Maybe it's the many years as a pirate. Well, the many years after that as a thief. Why, since you're here, humor me. Um, would you be willing to tell us what your army consists of?
That's classified. If you
Hmm,
can't find that out yourself, you don't deserve to know.
that's fair. I thought I would
You're
ask.
far
There's no.
less fun than you let on to be.
I know.
if you have to hide behind secrets and classification, there isn't much belief that you could destroy us then.
Well, it's not a question of if, it's just a question of how hard it's going to be. Like I said, I could do it all myself.
Yeah, but you seem pretty chronically lazy so far.
And I'm
What I'm
sure
allowed to
that's
do.
the first thought that came through your mind was to come and just squash the vermin that were being a little bit of a nuisance in this part of the Empire. But Blackwood wants to save face.
He does indeed. Very shrewd. They can be taught.
So he wants to be the one to fight, and you get to sit back and observe, hence why you're here.
Yep. And if he fails, then I'm here as insurance. You might be able to beat him, but there's no way you're going to beat me.
You talk
That
a
is where
lot.
you are wrong,
Hmm.
because we will defeat Blackwood, because he has that coming to him for what he's done to this land and its people. And you will be the next one in line by order of proximity.
Are you the only saint left?
Oh no. There's
There,
three other. Yeah.
there are four of them. We have not killed any yet, and as far as I am aware, none have died.
To be exciting.
No one's ever killed any of us before.
Oh, there's a first time for everything.
Hmm.
We might awe you, if you will.
Oh.
What are the names of the other saints there?
I don't think we've come up with them.
I have. I sent them
You
to
Okay.
you a
have?
while ago.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. Lev came up with them.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ba, ba,
Uh,
ba. They are Nibirius Gull, the Saint of Awe, who stands before us. There is Vincent de Satui, the Saint of Zeal. There is Corona Descartes, the Saint of Devotion. And there is Charlemagne Mendocino, the Saint of Glory.
Mendocino.
Yeah.
You like
What was the second one?
post you post all of
Vincent de
those?
Satui.
You have Saint of Awe, Saint of Zeal, Saint of Devotion, and Saint of Glory.
Yeah.
May I ask a little question? Now, Disatui always wears a hat, and there's a rumor that he's controlled by a small rodent. Is that true?
no, it's a hamster.
Oh,
Ah,
Mm.
so the hamster's the true saint. Interesting.
Hmm.
Why send you and not Zeal or Glory
They're busy.
with the sacking of Savona or other territories?
That's not for me to say.
that's always what I wondered about
Or is it that
expansionists.
you drew the short straw?
What do you mean, the short straw? I get to live in the center of our empire. Guard the home
I
front as it
mean,
is.
being sent out to discipline a count that can't keep its rowdy inhabitants in line.
Hmm. You see, it's these kinds of low stakes conflicts that you can really have fun with.
You just really like enjoy the drama of it all. Just want a
Exactly.
good fight. Oh, okay.
The
I
drama.
do like that.
What no? What are you looking for? What should we like? Do you want to see anything cool? Like anything interesting? Anything on your mind you'd like to see?
I mean, I've been alive for so long, I really just want to be surprised.
Oh,
I mean, we
okay.
are notoriously good at hosting guests.
This certainly feels like some of the theaters in the end of the Grozny regime.
The Saint of Awe is known to be obsessed with spectacle.
Should
I
we put on little
suppose that
maid
fits.
outfits? That may be cute.
Well, when Blackwood and his forces arrive, be prepared to be surprised then.
We will see. I hope
That will
so.
mean we do have to change his name if we do, in fact, surprise him. He can no longer be the Saint of All. He has to be the Saint of Surprise.
Or we could just remove the E.
He will sit.
Oh,
He won't
perfect.
be the Saint of Awe. His name won't even be Niberius Gaul. He will be Sir Prize.
I was going for more of a Saint of Awe.
I do like both of those options. Let me know if you change your mind on the gambling front. I have a interesting wager.
Yeah. What did you have in mind?
See, I cannot tell you until you decide you're a
Until you
gambling man.
There we go. There we go. We're gonna use
She
jackpot
grins at
rules
him.
against us. Ha!
Well, I did say I like to be surprised.
Well, you think about it and you decide next time you pop in whether you want to take me up on this wager or not.
All right, I'll keep it in mind. All right, and with that, we are at about time. So, next session, we can head into the elemental plane of fire to get yourselves.
There's just introducing daddy characters.
I'm obsessed.
We lost one, but we gained another.
Is it my birthday?
We had the
I love
mind flayer
him.
daddy, and now we've got the winged daddy.
Listen, I'm serious. I love him.
When does my elder brain show up?
It'll be showing up later today with Elijah.
All right, I want to do that before we leave.
Okay.
But I'll do that next session.